Investigating not one, but two fighter jet crashes, including this fiery disaster that sent people running from their homes in the city of Imperial. 10 News is on top of today's new developments in both of these crashes. I'm Virginia Cha.
I'm Bill Griffith. We've been following the situation in the town of Imperial near El Centro since 10 News at 5 last afternoon. We want to go live to 10 News reporter Maria Arcega-Dunn, who's been there in Imperial all morning long.
Military investigators have been here all throughout the night and the day, assessing the damage and collecting evidence to try to figure out exactly why that military aircraft crash landed into these homes. Residents told us it was one of the scariest things they'd ever seen and something they won't soon forget. Car alarms and first responders, neighbors watched stunned after a military jet crash landed in this Imperial neighborhood. Chris Cole's backyard faces the homes that were hit.
My daughter and I were inside the house and we heard just a huge popping noise, and then you could just hear a plane diving. You just real fast dive. 3 seconds later you just hear boom, and everything in the house shook. We had actually stuff fall off my counter.
Cole gave us this cell phone video he shot.
Front of the house is on fire, garage is on fire. And you can tell a car right next door looked like it was burning.
Get out the way, guys! Well, get out of the way!
This is more video 10 News obtained of the pilot shortly following the crash. You can see him here, parachute still attached, as residents rushed to help. His injuries were minor and even more surprising. No one on the ground was hurt.
My husband was trapped in there and we didn't know how to get out of there because there was pieces of jet and fire all over the house. But at that moment, I didn't know what hit us.
Military officials from the 3rd Marine Air Wing based at Miramar say the AV-8B Harrier jet was on its way from MCAS Yuma to Miramar when it crashed.
It's shocking how close it was. I mean, I'm grateful it wasn't closer, and I'm very thankful that no one got hurt.
And back out here live, you can see those homes that are damaged, 3 in all that were affected by that crash. An investigation is underway and cleanup as well. No word on exactly how long that's going to take. In Imperial, Maria Arcega-Dunn, 10 News.
In case you're not familiar with what we're talking about, here it is. Here is MCAS Yuma, where the pilot is based and from where he took off. He crashed in Imperial, which is just north of I-8, right up here. Now, moving in closer on this map, you can see the crash site is less than 4 miles. There's the crash site down there, and there's the airport where he was heading, less than 4 miles away.
Team 10 looked into the crash records of the Harrier and discovered there have been at least 10 crashes since 1996. The most recent before yesterday was this crash last month in Phoenix. Now, according to the Yuma Sun, all the crashes happened in California and Arizona. Only one was deadly, the first one back in 1996 when the pilot was killed. Now, the crash of this Harrier was not the only military mishap yesterday. We learned that an FA-18 Super Hornet crashed off the coast last night. 10 News military reporter Bob Lawrence is here with the new developments on that particular crash. Bob?
Well, Virginia, this crash, as you mentioned, involves an FA-18 Super Hornet, pretty advanced plane. It was during an attempted landing on the San Diego-based aircraft carrier Carl Vinson last night. We don't know the circumstances, of course. That'll be up to investigators. But we do know that landing on a carrier is always a risky business. There are a lot of moving parts when flight deck operations are underway on a carrier. Every pilot bringing in an aircraft to land is literally flying on the edge of their seat. The plane is nearly at stall speed in order to get the plane on the deck. But now crank that intensity up 20-fold and you have some idea of trying to do this at night. This is a great example, a side-by-side comparison. Remember, the carrier deck is also pitching up and down with the ocean swells. Every landing is also recorded and scored by the landing safety officer, or LSO. Now, the pilot last night was attempting a night approach to the Carl Vinson. He ejected safely and was recovered. The plane has not. Other airborne aircraft that were operating in and around the aircraft carrier were diverted to North Island. The plane was based at Naval Air Station Oceana. Air operations aboard the Vinson, according to the Navy, have been suspended temporarily as this investigation continues. Bob Lawrence, 10 News.